I discovered that my mother had been deceiving us all along. After our father passed away, our mother, Corinne, brought us to live with our grandmother. But the moment we arrived at grandmother's estate, she locked us away in the attic. Corinne had promised it would only take a week to secure her inheritance and claim her rightful share of the fortune. Then she would take us away from here. But as the days dragged on, Corinne not only failed to keep her promise, she also visited us less and less.
I just want to know when. When are you going to tell your father about us? When do we get to leave?
I can't. I can't tell him about you ever. My father forgave me on one condition. That I didn't have any children with your father.
Her words shattered my dreams in an instant. Chris and I had imagined countless times that Corinne would lead us out of this dark attic and back into the light. I naively believed that if Corinne would just ask grandfather, all our suffering would disappear. But our very existence had always been an obstacle to her redemption, a shameful stain that had to stay hidden. From that moment on, Corinne never came to the attic to see us again. Chris and I had no choice but to face reality. Together, we took on the responsibility of caring for our younger brother and sister. One day, an idea struck me. I could use the limited materials in our room to make a Christmas gift for grandmother. Maybe this gift would win her over, and she would finally let us out. When grandmother saw the card, a flicker of hesitation crossed her eyes. But in the end, she turned and walked away. My plan had failed once again. After months of absence, Corinne finally came to the attic on Christmas Eve. She brought gifts for each of us. Then she excitedly told us the lawyer had drafted new documents, and she would soon inherit our father's fortune. This unexpected good news rekindled our hope. I threw my arms around Corinne in excitement. She also mentioned that a Christmas party was being held at the estate.
Virginia, can we come? Please? We'll hide somewhere, and we'll be quiet and no one will hear us or see us, I swear.
Seeing the longing in my eyes, she eventually gave in to my request. So Corinne snuck us into the party, but to keep us from being discovered, she had to hide us inside a wine cabinet. Even though it was cramped in that narrow space, we were overjoyed. This was our first time out of the attic in an entire year. After the party ended, we snuck back to the attic and stumbled upon Corinne whispering with grandfather's lawyer in a shadowy corner. Corinne gazed up at him with a tenderness and affection I had never seen before. I couldn't believe that the same Corinne who was so cold and distant toward us could look at someone else with such softness. Chris secretly decided to sneak into Corinne's room to find proof of her relationship with the lawyer. But just as I was drifting off to sleep, Corinne suddenly burst in of yanked Rin for Chris had gone. What Corinne most was us being discovered and in front of her father and the lawyer.